Over the next few minutes, we are going to break down exactly how you can start making incredible, professional-looking videos with AI. We're looking ahead at what's becoming possible right now and into 2026. Let's jump in.
I mean, really think about that. What if you could just skip all the expensive cameras, the confusing software, the years of practice, and get right to the good part, creating videos that people actually want to watch? Well, that's the promise of AI, and we're about to show you how it works. It all kicks off with this wild ability to generate visuals out of thin air. You're literally creating scenes, characters, whole worlds with just a couple of sentences typed into a box. And then AI can step in as your editor, slicing up your clips, adding captions, and polishing everything to turn a bunch of raw ideas into a story that flows. And finally, the best part. You hit publish. You get your creations out there in front of eyeballs on the platforms you already use. This simple three-step loop, generate, edit, publish, is changing the game for creators everywhere.
So here's how we're going to break it all down for you. We'll start with the opportunity itself. Then we'll get into strategy for your content. We'll demystify the tools you'll need, show you some actual workflows you can copy, and finally, get you ready to launch that first video. Okay, first things first, the AI video opportunity. Why is everybody talking about this? Well, yeah, the creative part is cool, but let's be real. There's also a pretty serious financial reason. Let's just put a number on it. In the right niche, a single video that hits 1 million views could bring in over $20,000. This isn't just a side hustle anymore. For some, it's becoming a full-blown career. And this slide right here shows you why strategy matters so much. Look at the massive difference in what platforms pay. See that? YouTube long form is by far the king for making actual money directly, especially if you're in a high-value topic like finance or tech. So here's the big takeaway. Short-form video builds your audience fast, but long-form video, that's how you build your bank account. So how do you get the best results? This is probably the most important concept to grasp. It's not about hitting a button and letting the AI do everything. The magic happens in a hybrid workflow. You've got to think of AI as your co-pilot, not the autopilot. You bring the ideas, the taste, the story, and the AI does the grunt work. Okay, that leads us right into our second section, platform and content strategy. Because listen, you can have all the fanciest tools in the world, but they're pretty much useless if you don't have a plan. So you basically have two main paths you can go down, short form or long form video. And the trade-off is actually really simple. Short form is all about speed and catching fire. It's amazing for testing out ideas and growing your follower count like crazy. Long form, on the other hand, is about building deep trust with your audience, which leads to way more money per view and content that people can find for years. Honestly, the pro move is to use shorts to see what sticks and then go all in on the winners with a killer long form video. So where should you start? My advice? Pick one main platform that matches your goal. If you just want to get ideas out there and see what works as fast as possible, it's got to be TikTok or YouTube Shorts. But if you're playing the long game and want to build a valuable library of content that people can search for, nothing, and I mean nothing, beats long form on YouTube. And what should you actually make videos about? Please don't overthink it. Just use this dead simple formula. You take an audience plus a problem they have, put it in a format, and make a clear promise. Like this. For new creators, that's the audience. Here are 3 AI thumbnail mistakes, that's the problem, and a quick list, that's the format, that are making your videos look generic. And that's the promise. See? Easy. All right, on to section 3, understanding AI video tools. I know this part can seem super overwhelming, but it's actually pretty straightforward once you realize all these tools just fall into a handful of categories. You've got your generators, which, generate new clips. You have your editors that polish everything up. Then there are creation suites that try to bundle it all together. You've got avatar tools if you want a digital presenter, and then the really nerdy API tools for automating things. The key thing to know is that you'll almost always be using a stack of a few of these tools together, not just one. And that is exactly why knowing those categories is so critical. A generator is not going to edit your video for you. And an editor can't just magically create a new scene from scratch. Knowing the difference between them is what lets you build a workflow that doesn't make you want to pull your hair out. Okay, time to get our hands dirty. Section 4, your first AI workflows. Think of these as simple, repeatable recipes you can start using, like today. I mean, there are a ton of different ways to do this. You can do pure text to video, you can animate still images, you can use an AI avatar, you could even film yourself and then let an AI edit it for you. The options are endless, but let's not get overwhelmed. Let's focus on the absolute best place to start. Okay, let's slow down for a second. If you want the most reliable, least frustrating way to make your first video, start right here. It's called the Narration First Explainer. Step 1, you write or record your script first. This gives your video a strong backbone. Then, you just gather simple visuals, images, screenshots, whatever. You only generate a few short AI video clips for the really important parts. Then, finally, you put it all together. This method gives you total control and makes sure your video actually makes sense. And you absolutely do not need a fancy studio for this. Your phone is more than good enough. Grab a cheap tripod, find a window with some nice light, and you are set. But the one thing you cannot skimp on is audio. It's the most important thing. Seriously, people will forgive grainy video, but they will click away instantly if they can't hear you clearly. We're in the home stretch now. Section 5, launching your first video. This is all about doing those final checks and, more importantly, avoiding the mistakes every beginner makes. So here are the big ones. First, going crazy with the AI effects until your video looks just like everyone else's. Second, completely forgetting that you still need to tell a good story. Third, ignoring the platform format. For the love of all that is holy, do not post a horizontal video as a reel. And honestly, the biggest mistake of all, quitting before you've even published 10 videos. Your first few attempts are for practice, not for perfection. So, right before you smash that publish button, just run through this super quick checklist. Is your hook clear in the first 2 seconds? Is the format right for the platform? Is the audio clean? Can people actually read your captions on a tiny phone screen? And the most important question of all, what makes this video uniquely you? That's the one thing AI can never ever replace. Let's wrap up with this. If you take only one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this piece of advice. Simplify everything. Pick one niche, pick one platform, pick one workflow that you can repeat, and then just commit to publishing your first 10 videos. Don't judge them, don't obsess over them, just make them. That right there is how you truly begin.